Snacking on a long distance hike is super important to keep you fueled and energized whilst hiking. In this video, I'm going to go over some of my favorite snacks that you can take out on your next adventure. What's up guys, Pi here and welcome to video number 2 in my comprehensive trail food series. In video number 1 I went over all the core concepts that I consider when I'm choosing the backpacking food I take out onto trail, and I also covered all the breakfasts that I like to eat. If you haven't already seen it, go check out that video because it puts this one into context a little bit more. If you're new here, we talk about ultralight backpacking and through hiking. As I said, this is video number 2 in the series, so make sure you subscribe if you want to catch the rest of the videos. So I've woken up in the morning, I've had my breakfast, I've packed up all my gear, and I've been on trail now for a couple of hours. Between breakfast and lunch, I usually like to have at least one snack to keep me energized and fuel for the day's hiking. What I generally do is I choose a bunch of different snacks that I enjoy, I throw them in my food bag, and in the morning when I'm leaving camp, I'll grab out a couple of snacks, put them in the side pocket of my backpack so that I can eat them when I'm on the move. I mentioned in video number 1 that one of the most important things for me when choosing good backpacking food is that it's very convenient, and that's especially so when it comes to snacks. So laid out on the table here in front of me is a pretty good example of the kind of snacks that I like to eat on trail. Obviously snacks is something that you can get really creative with. There's no really right or wrong when it comes to backpacking food, so just grab whatever you like. As long as it's high in calories and you enjoy eating it, then that's really the main thing. Potato chips is a really good snack on trail. They don't really get boring. They're salty and fatty and crunchy, and a combination of those things, you can't really go wrong. This is Kettle Chips brand, but honestly there's a lot of good brands I like. And usually with potato chips, when I run out, I always wish that I had more. So then next we could talk a little bit about bars. I touched on this on the first video, but there's, as far as I'm concerned, there's kind of 2 categories of bars. I consider them heavyweight bars and lightweight bars. Heavyweight bars are things like protein bars, Cliff bars, heavy duty granola bars, so like kind of thicker, heavier, denser bars. I consider Lara bars and similar stuff to that as being heavyweight. And then a lightweight bar is generally something that's going to be lighter in weight, lighter in calories, less nutritious, and you often tend to find them in like a multi-pack. This could be like Nature Valley bars, Nutri-Grain bars, what I consider kind of like a generic granola bar. Depending on the day, I might have 2 lightweight granola bars, or a lightweight granola bar and a heavyweight. It just depends on the day. I'll kind of throw a few things in my side pocket, that way I can make a decision what I eat when I'm kind of down the trail. One of my absolute favourite snacks on the go is the green belly meals. These could absolutely be eaten as a meal, so you could just sit down at lunchtime and eat this whole thing. There's a whole bunch of calories in here, so what I like to do is break it up over the day. They're actually sort of 2 separate bars inside here, and it's great because you can take one out and eat it and then reseal it. They have a Ziploc bag type seal at the top here, so you can eat one, seal it up, and then eat them on the next day or later the same day. But they pack a lot of calories, they're super tasty, and there's a few good different varieties out there. Another good snack out on the trail is beef jerky. I find that most beef jerkies are quite dry and boring out on trail, but Wild Zora brand are pretty tasty. They have a bunch of different interesting flavours. This is Mediterranean lamb with spinach, rosemary and turmeric. There's a pork and apple one. They've got a bunch of different flavours. They're a lot moister and tastier than most jerky, and it's just a good hit of protein in the middle of the day. Next up is kind of chocolate and candy. Andrew Skirker once said that chocolate never gets boring on trail, and I absolutely agree with him. Snickers bars, probably the most famous food that through hikers regularly eat. After 2 full through hikes and a bunch of other smaller hikes, I still am not bored of Snickers. I try not to eat too much chocolate throughout the day, but I'll throw a couple of Snickers bars inside my food bag for each section. Also good is just a big bar of dark chocolate. What I'll do is I'll split this up into 2, so maybe during the day I'll eat half, or maybe I'll eat half with my lunch, and then after dinner in the evening as a little dessert, a little treat for the day's hiking, I'll eat the rest of it. Lindt makes really good dark chocolate, but honestly I'm not fussy. I pretty much eat any chocolate you put in front of me. Along the same lines as the chocolate is just Oreos. Oreos are pretty good out on trail, especially the double stuffed ones. Again, I'll usually split this into 2, eating half during the day and then half after my dinner in the evening, unless I'm particularly hungry, and I have been known to eat an entire pack of Oreos in one go. And then another classic snack out on the trail is just trail mix. Honestly, I don't snack on trail mix all that often because I find it quite dry and quite boring. In video number 1, I mentioned that I mix it in with my granola and powdered milk for breakfast. I do really enjoy that. Of course, if I've got a little bit left over, I'll throw it inside a Ziploc bag and I'll munch on it throughout the day. So that's the kind of snacks I like to eat out on the trail. If I've missed out some of your favourites, then be sure to leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel so you catch the next video in this food series, and thanks again for watching.